Hi, sweetheart. It's Amber. It's Tuesday. It's not Tuesday. It's Wednesday. Here we are again. We're talking about feminine versus masculine trans guys. So I was thinking a lot about this topic. Actually, it was a topic I suggested, so I spent a fair bit of time thinking about it before we really got to the topic. And I think for a lot of our guys, they're sort of in this almost period of discovery about what it means to be a guy. So I was thinking about my cousin. My cousin's 11, and when he was 5 or 6, he was starting to understand what gender was. And so he talked about, well, I can't do that because that's a girl thing, or I can't wear that because it's a girl thing, or you can't play with that with me because it's only for boys. And I think for a lot of our guys, they're kind of in a same sort of situation in that they're trying to figure out, what does it mean for them to be a man? So I was watching a video from someone, and I don't remember who it was, but they were talking about how they were pretty early in their transition, and they were talking about how they were struggling with still liking the girl things in their life, and they didn't really specify what the girl things are. But I think think for our guys who actually liked chick flicks, or liked to go to Zumba, or liked to read trashy novels or People or stuff like that, there's sort of a cultural expectation that is placed upon them, whether they want it to be or not, around how they're supposed to act as a man. So, and Stefan and I have had this conversation about Zumba. He doesn't want to go because he didn't like to dance. But I said, I think every time that I've been to Zumba is a very female-centric sort of world. My Zumba class that I go to twice a week, there are a couple guys that rotate kind of in and out. There's one guy who is an instructor who also comes to be a part of our class as a participant, but he's really the only consistent one. The other folks in the class are all female. So it's kind of an interesting sort of thing, and I think there are other situations for our guys where there may be something that they really liked to do or be a part of when they identified as female, and now that they identify as male, they're trying to figure out what that means and how do they continue to be a part of that, or do they continue to be a part of that. And certainly there are some of our guys who are feminist and who are looking at this going, well, I'm not going to live up to the gender roles that society says that I'm supposed to have. I'm not going to be the man's man. But I think even though some of our guys may not want to live up to those roles, society still pushes that upon them. And so it can be a kind of a push and a pull and a tug to figure out how are they going to live out their lives as men. Also, I think you look at our guys most of our guys were socialized as female. Their parents treated them as female. Their parents may have been like Stefan's parents, who said, you be you, you do the things that you love. Even if those things are not feminine things, that's okay. But there's still a socialization around what women wear, how women act, all that sort of stuff. And even though our guys have observed how men are supposed to act out in the world, I think there's still a bit of a learning curve or an adjustment curve to figure out what that means for them and how they should act. And Stefan and I were talking about this piece as well, that many of the voices that are out there within some of the main trans collab channels, within the trans couples group on Facebook, some of those main players are very masculine guys. And so I wonder how that affects the guys who don't see themselves as very masculine. One of Shu's friends who is trans, who is here in our local area, still wears pink and enjoys having his nails painted, and that's just who he is. I think some of our guys, and I've seen this in the comments and concerns on some of the partner pages that I'm a part of, there's this sort of, our guys at times can tend to act like the dopey straight men or the lost straight men that we are all frustrated by, and that many of us didn't think we would ever end up being with. And so maybe some of the frustration that made me think about this topic was in seeing folks on the partners pages talking about their guy kind of acting in very traditional man ways and being very aloof, being very distant, being very let me take care of the men things. And maybe that's just the way that I've read the comments. But I hope at the end of all this, that as we all as partners, as we're helping our guy kind of navigate this new world of being a dude, that we take the time to assure them or encourage the parts of them that they may feel like they're not supposed to like anymore, that maybe they still like chick flicks and they feel like they're not supposed to like them, so to encourage them, it's okay that you like chick flicks. I think that's a role that we all can play as partners, to help them know that whatever they like and whatever they want to be a part of in their life, that that's okay with us. Next week we are going to be talking about all things testosterone related. So if our partner's on T, everything about their dosage, how they do their dosage, and important T related things. So I hope everyone has a great week. Hopefully there's beautiful weather where you are, and I'll see everyone next week. Peace.